What's going on, everyone? Week 10 of the college football season. Crazy, I know, double digits, week 10, hard to believe. But we're going to dive right into this because guess what? Alabama's got a big trip heading to Death Valley under the lights, Alabama versus LSU. So I got my buddy Mike, the real McCoy, hanging out today for us to break this thing down in another episode of Head to Head.
Oh, let's go now.
And a big shout out to our sponsors, Alabama Cattlemen's Association. Thank you so much for your sponsorship and your support. We appreciate you. And Mike, my buddy, before we dive into this matchup, I'm told that you're on the injured reserve list this week.
Yeah, man. I came off the side. They got me on the sideline. Your boy tore his Achilles last week. Had surgery on Friday. Yeah, had it on Friday. Sliced it in half. But I got to get outside these four walls. As you can see, I'm on my back deck right now, and I am miserable. This is the most action I've had today.
Well, first of all, the fact that you're only a few days removed from surgery, I'm pretty impressed. You got a big smile on your face. Of course, I'm not surprised about that, but I hate to hear that. How did you tear your Achilles? You weren't out there trying to run routes again, were you?
No, I still do that now, and I'm on all my receivers this offseason. Your boy gonna be back out there, so don't worry about nothing. We were playing basketball. Guy set a pick. I left. It's my right foot, but our left legs got tangled, and I tried to catch my bounce on my right foot. That thing said, "Pop." But hey, I did walk off like I was Kobe Bryant. That's what I did. I told them. They was like, "Man, how are you walking?" I said, "Bro, I'm from Mississippi. We different."
Wow, you walked off with that thing? I hear the Achilles injuries are extremely painful. Well, first and foremost, I hate that happened to you, Mike, but with that big smile on your face, I know that you're going to be back at it soon enough. I know you'll be back in the gym later
Thursday. I can't sit in here.
Training your guys there. I know it. I know you'll bounce back quick, but we send y'all our best. Fast recovery. We love you. We appreciate you. All right, let's break this thing down because the good news is we can both still talk, right? I'm a little under the weather. I know you're dealing with some bigger issues than me, and the good news is we can still yap it up a little bit here as we get ready for this matchup, Alabama LSU. So Alabama and LSU both coming off a bye week. Alabama preparing for that trip to Death Valley. And what some would consider a rivalry, which is interesting. And I've seen some back and forth this week looking at this game because let's keep in mind, a couple weeks ago it was Alabama, a rivalry. Well, how is it a rivalry when Alabama's won 15 straight? Well, a lot will say the same thing about this rivalry because Alabama has won 10 of the last 11 meetings, which really, when you think about it, it's hard to believe because I still go back to these game of the century games where, Alabama and LSU were competing and LSU comes into Bryant-Denny Stadium and it's a low scoring game, 9-6. And, it's just crazy when you see how this rivalry has taken shape. But with that being said, Alabama has the one loss to Tennessee. LSU also has a loss to Tennessee and Florida State to open the season. But I got to be honest with you, LSU's been coming on a little bit stronger as of late. And right now, the winner of this game controls the SEC West. So this is a big game for both football teams.
Right. I guess it is definitely a team that, and this is a night game. I don't think people really know what goes on. This is the real Death Valley. No shade, no shots to Clemson. But this is the real Death Valley. Let me give y'all the inside story. So our first time back to LSU when Coach Saban was there, they was rocking the bus, setting his posters on fire. I was like, hey, man, where we at? Football ain't this serious. It's not. It's not. But when you worry for your life, and, me and Javi, we're return specialists, they put that tiger right in front of our cage. I'm a country boy. I've seen cows, hogs, all of this. But when you see a tiger pacing back and forth, it do something to your soul, So I think it's going to be a great matchup because I don't think Brian Kelly has had these type of athletes that he has access to right now. And the SEC, everybody know, these are your juggernauts. It's hard to win everywhere. And the fact that you have Brian Kelly, who is a good coach, and I think now that he has a pool of athletes where he can pull from a community, he can recruit LSU by itself and be fine and compete in the SEC. So I think him and Saban, they're gonna put on happy birthday type good things.
Oh,
They
yeah.
like each other. They
Yeah,
don't
they
like each
they
other.
they were
Don't none
sending
of these
all
coaches.
sorts of love letters this week, weren't they?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. LeBron started that. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think this is probably the team LSU and us. We across the board. I think we match up evenly. Um, just far as skill guys are concerned. Now their quarterback from Arizona State, man, the guy he's a dual threat quarterback. That's what I am worried about. He has come on strong. I think their DBs and our receivers match up because I don't think our receivers haven't played great well in the last couple. Nobody has just been dominant. So if we don't pop pressure, it could get ugly. But LSU starts off slow, so I'm really not worried.
I know. I think you bring a good point there. They do start off slow. They've given up a touchdown in the opening minutes, like the last 4 games. So that's certainly that is a strength of Alabama's because we know they score quick. They score quick and they score often. So we'll see if it happens in Death Valley. But I think Alabama's offense, led by Bryce Young, he continues to show us why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. And then on the ground, Jahmyr Gibbs, your boy Jahmyr Gibbs, continuing to show us those explosive plays. And I think those explosives will be really important if they can knock off a couple of those explosives on Saturday night and get ahead of the sticks. And obviously, put some points on the board ahead of LSU. I think that's going to be beneficial. Now, I will say this LSU defense came up big against Ole Miss. They snagged a few takeaways, and I think that will be key for this LSU football team because for LSU, they have not been great in defending the end zone early in the games like we talked about, but they've been good at getting some of those takeaway, creating some of that pressure. And so how much pressure will they be able to bring against Bryce Young and that offense will be a big question. You nailed it right there. Jaden Daniels, former Arizona State quarterback, he's coming on strong. He's had a lot of success on his feet. And I think early in the season, he did experience a share of growing pains. They're clicking now. To me, this LSU offense is starting to click now. And we're seeing now, I guess they're averaging 450 yards. Daniels has reached almost a 70% completion rate, which is pretty impressive for a young man. That kind of trajectory has started to incrementally climb up. So that's been good for him. And then he's got those receivers around him. I feel like the chemistry for this LSU football team has really started to develop from my vantage point. What do you think?
I think they are starting to definitely gel. They have some special receivers out there. So hopefully if Nick Saban listened to me like he did last time, just play your corners man. Let Kool-Aid and let Ricks, just let them go man across the board. Just let them go. You saw what happened, and that looked good. Just let the guys play man. Let the boys do what you got them there for. You wanted them, you got them there for a reason. Just take them off the leash. Take them off the change. What's more dangerous? A dog that's on the leash or one that's running free? One that's running free. Just let them go. Just like we did with Bryce. I think we got to have a little diversity there, but we ain't jumping there yet. But my thoughts on the LSU receiving core, they are a special group. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think it's going to be a meta matchup. Hopefully this off week that Bama had, that they address some of the issues for the secondary getting beat by, we ain't going to go there, but you know what I'm talking about, the burnt toast. So I think they'll clean it up.
Burnt toast. All right, give me your score.
My score already? Give me 35-17.
Ooh, all right. 35-17, Alabama. I figured you were going the Bama way. Look, I think this Alabama defense, here's an impressive number when you put things into perspective, allowing just 17 points per game. And that's including the 52 points they gave up to the Vols. So when you do the math, that's pretty impressive to still kind of have that average after giving up 52 to the Vols. However, there's still an enormous amount of inconsistencies. I think that's a big key for this Alabama team, especially on defense, the miscues. They got to clean things up against this LSU team, create some chaos, create some opportunities for takeaways, and get rid of this sloppy play. And I think that's something that hopefully Saban, obviously in the bye week, worked on, and things that they were able to kind of clean up, get rid of these miscues. And then I think Alabama will be locked and loaded. You got Will Anderson out there. You got Dallas Turner. Those are some elite pass rushers that'll create some of those chaos, create some of those fits for this LSU football team, especially that young offensive line for LSU. I think that's where this Alabama team can really take advantage of things. I'm going to go a little bit higher, 45 for Alabama, 27 for LSU.
Oh, yeah, you doing a shootout. This ain't the Big 12 now. You doing a shootout.
I mean, I don't know.
But Bama had been When you said 52 points, I was just taken back. This just hit me in my heart a little bit. God,
Look,
dog, 52
maybe we'll
points.
just see a few fireworks. I don't know. Maybe some
But
excitement.
I am going to say this, and this is for the Bama fans that are watching. Bama has yet to play their best ball, and they're in a good position. So you guys have something to look forward to, and they get better each week. So hopefully they play their best game in the Natty.
Love it. Hey, buddy, we love you. Sending our best to you as you get recuperated over there.
That's
as
right.
you roll around in your little scooter. You got your little scooter going on?
I do got a scooter, so just don't give me a ticket, police officer.
Little scoot. Mike McCoy. That's what I'm going to call you. Little scoot.
That's right.
All right, buddy. Peace.
Peace.
Brought to you by Alabama Beef Farmers and Ranchers.